Coach Megan from Get Fit New Hampshire. Sorry for the little delay there. My Facebook likes to do weird things sometimes and mess with my emotions. So what's going on, guys? This is going to be a really sort of long live video, but what I'm doing is inviting you into my kitchen as I do my meal prep. So I just went to the grocery store, the new Market Basket off Exit 17, which is awesome. So I just left there, came home, unloaded everything, and was like, I'm just going to get to work on some meal prep. And a lot of people have been asking me about how I meal prep, how I make it efficient, how I don't spend all day in the kitchen, all these things. And I'm just going to show you right now how I'm about to prepare probably a good 10 to 12, maybe even more meals from now through the end of the week to get results, to stay on track, to feel good, right? We spend a lot of time in the gym. We spend time working hard to get these results. But if we're not fueling ourselves to be successful, then we're not going to be successful, right? We've got to make sure that we're fueling our body to support all the hard work that we do in the gym. So that's what this is going to be about. Definitely, if you're somebody that struggles with meal prep and meal planning, this video is for you, but I understand that it is in the middle of the workday for most of you. So I'm going to be emailing this out to our email list. If you want this full video downloaded in your inbox, just send me, DM me your email address, and I will make that happen for you guys. You can save it for later. You can watch it when you have more free time. You can just listen, whatever. But I'm going to set a timer right now. I'm just going to start a stopwatch to show you how long this meal prep is about to take me. My goal is to have it done in less than an hour, be done, like done. So this right here, I'm going to use this right here for a stopwatch, and I'm not going to pick it up again. This right here is a distraction to many of you who are trying to get results. You're trying to be in the gym, you're trying to get your meal prep done, you're trying to do all these things, but this thing right here is sucking up your time and it's making you inefficient. So right now, all I'm going to do is set this timer, and I'm going to set it down. I'm not going to touch it again until we're done here, okay? So I would challenge you to do the same thing. So here we go. We're at 0. I am going to set this right now, and we're going to go into meal prep mode, guys. So I'm going to put this actually over here. I don't even want to see it. So I'm going to try to keep you adjusted here if you could only see the behind the scenes of what's really going on with my computer. So let's talk about what are we making, right? So today I'm going to make, so I've got chicken breast. Okay, there are 2 of us who utilize this meal prep in the house. So I've got 2 things of chicken breast here. In that, I'm going to be doing a sheet pan of veggies as well. So this is some of my favorite stuff to throw on the pan, so that's what we're going to do. I've also got a chicken noodle soup that I'm going to make, or I should say chicken veggie soup. There's no actual noodles in there. And we're going to do some ground chicken that's going to be served cold that's actually going to be a snack. And then we're going to do my favorite recipe. A lot of you guys have heard me talk about this, or you've seen pictures. It's the turkey meatball and what is this? Zucchini and summer squash mix. So this right here, Shady Brook Farm makes these meatballs. There are 11 grams of protein. They are delicious, and I like to make them in this Rayo's marinara sauce, which I know is a little bit weird, but whatever, it tastes amazing. These 3 things, that's it. So I'm just going to throw them into a crock pot and forget about it. So, all right, let's check it out. Let's start with the hard stuff first, right? The chopping. So, guys, I'm lazy, and a lot of times I will make my life easier by buying things that are pre-chopped, but I didn't do that today, so we're just going to chop these guys up. I'm going to throw them into a bowl with some oil and the seasoning that I got, which is just like a sheet pan seasoning, and I'm going to throw it into the oven. I've already preheated the oven. I really haven't done much ahead of time here, so I tried not to cheat as much as possible. I just took my stuff out so that way I wasn't running around in the kitchen and you guys just like seeing my backside as I run around. But guys, meal prep, I mean, some of you guys are, well, that one, maybe the dog wants that one, who knows. Some of you guys, you're retired or you have the flexibility in your schedule where you can cook every night. For me, and for a lot of you, that's not your life. Like, you're always in this rush. You have kids, they have sports, you're working, you're trying to do all these things, and like planning meals and eating food is sort of like an inconvenience. So you try to make it a convenience by getting takeout or getting something quick or not eating at all, which none of those things are supportive of your goal. So if we can spend 1 hour a week, maybe 2 hours a week in the kitchen preparing our meals in advance to make our life easier so that we don't have to think about what we're going to eat. It's already planned for us. I'm extra lazy and I put it into like a prep container that is already portioned out because, I mean, God forbid if I have to portion it out myself, it's inconvenient or I find a reason not to do it. It's once you get into like a rhythm, it's easy to find things that reheat nicely and can be put in your plan regularly. If you are, if you thrive with simplicity, then it doesn't have to be complicated, right? Just think about, you need to have protein, you should have veggies, you should have carbohydrate, you should have healthy fats at every meal, right? And I always encourage people that, like, I'm not a big believer in like tracking your food. I think, a lot, we live in a society where, there's a lot of disordered eating and obsessive and blah, 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 all the stuff that goes on. And I think that tracking can, feed into that a little bit. But one thing that you can use like MyFitnessPal for, if what I just said, if that person is you, leads you into obsessive behaviors or things like that, one thing you can use MyFitnessPal for is planning your meals, right? You can plan your meals, put what you're planning to have into MyFitnessPal, check out how many calories is that and how much protein does that make out for you to get. And maybe, just maybe, you can use that as a tool to plan and prepare your food instead of tracking every bite and obsessing over going over calories, going under calories, or whatever. Let's just, see kind of Goldilocks, right? What works for you and works for getting you the best results. So I know that, meal planning, I think and prepping is probably the number one thing that people talk to me about, like when we're setting goals at the beginning of the month. They're like, I need to get back into meal planning. I need to get into meal prepping. I need to start, being mindful of my choices. Well, guys, I promise you, if you get into this routine, it's not hard. In fact, it's going to make your life so much easier in the long run. Like I said, a lot of you guys, maybe you're retired, you have the flexibility in your schedule, but guys, that's not the people I'm talking to right now. I'm talking to the people who live the crazy busy life. And let me talk to you, this video is not about me, but let me relate to you, because I think a lot of people get this like false, like they think that we as coaches just have it all figured out and this is just, second nature to us, and, of course we just want to work out and be in the kitchen, but guys, that's not reality. Let me talk to you about what my reality is. I have 3 kids. I have a 3-year-old, I have a 5-year-old, and I have a 6-year-old. I am a single mom to those 3 children, 6 and under. They are in school during the day. I own and operate Get Fit New Hampshire. I work in the gym as a coach. I work on the business. I also have another job. I am also a server at a local restaurant because, well, number one, it's really, really fun, and I do thoroughly enjoy it. So I'm busy, and I get it. And also, I do hit the gym 4 to 5 times a week, and my life is very busy. But I like it that way, right? Like that's fine. Otherwise, I'd be bored, right? Binging Netflix or something, which is not really my jam. So I know what it's like to have a busy lifestyle. It's just like we've got to find ways to be efficient in whatever lifestyle you're living. Like if you want to have results, you want to be a healthy person, you want to feel good, you want to feel confident, you want to get stronger, you want to feel better in your clothes, you want to look better naked, whatever it is that drives you to get to the gym and whatever, you want to feel good, like we've got to find a way to make it fit your lifestyle. For me, my lifestyle, I have most flexibility on Wednesdays because there's no active training on Wednesdays. So that's just my day, really, as an administrative day, and kind of catch up on my, my real world life. Kids are in school, so I have this opportunity on Wednesdays to grocery shop, to meal plan, to meal prep. So, what works for your lifestyle? What day of the week do you have the most flexibility in your life where you too can get this done? And guys, I say this all the time, and I will say it over and over and over again. Like, your job is important, right? It pays the bills. You've got to work, right? I get that. But your job is not going to be the one that is, if you get really, really sick, right, because you aren't taking care of yourself, you're going to have to take time off work, right? That's literally money out of your pocket. Those things are things to consider when you're talking about your health. Like, some way or another, like, you could make the investment right now with your time or your money and whatever. Make the investment now, and it'll pay dividends later, right? Or keep finding reasons, excuses, whatever you want to call it, why you can't and why it's not convenient, why it's too hard. And guess what? You're going to make the investment at some point. At some point, there's going to be an investment of time and money. It's just like, what does that look like for you? Like, is the investment, you're going to the gym, time at the gym, money spent on the gym, time spent meal prepping, money spent on foods that support your goals, or is the investment later because you didn't make the investment earlier? Like, which one is it? And it really is that serious. And from a training standpoint, like, we're talking about food right now, but since I've got you, let's talk about it from a training standpoint, right? Like, if you train with me, you hear me say this literally all the time, and I will say it till the cows come home. I do not care. It is important, and I love you guys, and I want you guys to feel good. You deserve to look good. You deserve to feel good. You deserve all those things. So, how can we make that happen, right? Like, you all know somebody, every single one of you, I guarantee you know somebody who at some point in their life, they were, call it in their 70s. They're in their 70s. They didn't take care of themselves. They fell down. After that fall, they broke a hip. Or they, they broke something, or they hurt themselves in some way that took their independence from them overnight because of one single fall or one single accident that they didn't plan for, right? Like, they didn't take care of themselves, so their body wasn't strong enough to pick them up off the floor. Their bones weren't strong enough to resist breaking because they fell down. They weren't strong, like they didn't recover well because they weren't conditioned. These things matter, and this is why, it's cool to work with, like, elite athletes and stuff, whatever. It's cool to see them work hard. Not really the demographic we serve, because I want to help the people who need it the most. Like, think about it like this too, especially if you are somebody who's been the caregiver of a parent or a loved one who fell, and then, before you knew it, they were in the nursing home and you were taking care of them. Well, okay, let's talk about what's your life look like right now. What are you doing personally to make sure that's not you? Like, are you hitting the gym? Are you doing some sort of strength training activity? How are you caring for yourself? Are you taking the time for yourself to make sure that's not you, so that your kids and your loved ones aren't in that position that you've been in? Like, what are you doing to make sure that happens? This is so important, and, like, I could do literally hour-long talks on that, but I won't. I'm just trying to put little seeds in your brain to help you get the results that you deserve to get, to take the time that you deserve to have, because it's important, because you're important, and there's a lot of people that love you who don't want to watch you suffer, who, don't want to have to change their life to take care of you because you didn't take the time to take care of yourself. You're important. We're all busy people. We are, every single one of you. We are all busy. We've got all kinds of crap that's always going on. Life is always going to happen to you. There is never going to be this time where it's like, oh, like, oh my God, it's the perfect time to join a gym because work is slow and now my kids decided they don't want to do sports and oh my God, I have all this time now. Nope, not going to happen because there's always going to be something else that happens that gets in your way. You can make the time, I'm telling you. Like, I swear my retirement gig someday is just going to be helping people be more efficient with their time because there are hours that are not being utilized. There is wasted time. There's your cell phone, Facebook, Instagram, all those things are sucking away your time and your energy. And for some reason you can't, there are ways, I can't really remember how to do it off the top of my head, to see how much time you are spending on your phone. There are ways to look, especially for iPhone users, and you'll have to Google this because I don't know how to do this off the top of my head. You can see how many times in a day you touch your screen. Touch your screen. How many times a day do you touch your screen? And it can be very scary. That was a very eye-opening moment for me about a year ago. I went to Miami to a business conference, and he had us do it right then. He was like, all right, pick up your phone, and he told us how to look at how many times. Guys, it was over 1,000 times a day that I touched my screen and spent 5 to 6 hours a day on my phone. And honestly, there's a lot of reasons, right? There's a lot of reasons why we're on the phone, right? We work from our phone, we send emails from our phone, we do a lot of things from our phone, and I will back that up because I do a lot of work from my phone, but I also do a lot of wasting time on my phone. So there's that. So anyways, all that was a little bit of a rant, but I just want to show you guys that you have time, you do, and if you need help finding the time or you can't figure out where you're wasting your time, I am happy to do a little audit of your life. I am. So I'm not going to use this whole packet, but this is just a farmer's market, chicken and veggies, just herbs, onions, and bell pepper little mix there. And here's the other thing, guys. Everyone's like, oh my God, I want that recipe. Fun facts about Coach Megan, she doesn't use recipes. I don't even know what the back of that says. I don't care. I don't care about recipes. I don't care about being fancy with my food. I'm like, this is going to look amazing. This, I'm sorry, looks amazing. And it's going to look even more amazing when I add some protein in it. And then I'm just going to shove it in the oven, set the timer for 20 minutes, see how it looks, and bada bing, bada boom. I've got however many meals there. Who knows? I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. We'll see. We'll see when I pull out my little portion containers. That's when we'll see the real truth, team. So, I'm a terrible cook. I think it tastes just fine, but I don't follow directions, instructions, recipes. I don't do any of that. I'm going to put all this on a pan, and geez, maybe I should have layered it differently, but I didn't, and who cares? I'm sorry, is this going to fuel my body less because I didn't follow a recipe? No, it is not. So I do not care. And maybe you're fancy and have the time to do that, but I don't. So let's look. Check this out. Here's one pan of my sheet pan stuff. Here's 2 pans. Okay, I'm throwing these in the oven. It's set to 400. I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes, see how it looks, maybe mix it around, maybe take it out. I don't know, and I also don't care, but you can come with me. There's my oven, everybody. Okay, check it. We're going in. Going in one. Oh, I forgot to move my racks. I don't know who did this to me, but that's okay. It's no big deal. I'm going to go this way. Oop, we lost an onion. That's okay. All right. There's that, guys. Now let's come back over here. All right. I just got however many dinners out of that. I don't really know. But we're moving on. Moving on to the next thing. Next, we've got chicken noodle soup. I'm lazy, guys. I'm lazy. Let's see why I'm lazy. I got this here rotisserie chicken. This is my favorite thing to put into soups because, well, I don't have to do anything. I just have to take the skin off and then just break it up. You want to know why else I'm not fancy? Because I'm not going to shred this up all crazy. I'm going to use probably my hands and 2 forks and see what happens. But does it have to be fancy for me to get results? Nope, it doesn't. It does not. Some people might soak the carcass. Am I going to do that? Nope, I'm not, because I don't care. I'm going to use what I can get. Maybe we'll call that wasteful, but I don't really care because I'm doing what I have time for. I'm going to get, this is probably going to be like a snack for me, with a little bit of soup because it's going to have protein, it's going to have veggies, and let's talk about, I made a little bit of a goof when I was at the grocery store. I goofed, and I did not, I thought I had, if I'm being honest, I thought I had chicken broth in my pantry, and it turns out I did not have chicken broth. So what I did have in my pantry was this here chicken flavor noodle Lipton something or other. I threw that in. I already threw that in for just a little bit of flavoring. There's like almost no noodles in there. And do I care that I'm gonna have the noodles? No, I do not. Are carbohydrates acceptable? Absolutely. So let's talk about when's the best time that I might eat this. Before the gym? Perfect. Awesome. I got some carbs to fuel me through my workout. Awesome. So carbs are not bad. Fat is not bad. Protein is great. We need all three of our macronutrients to make us successful inside and outside of the gym. Okay, that was my little spiel. I hope you enjoyed it. Gonna do this, a little bit of that. Take the skin off. I am, again, working against the timer, right? I've got places to be later, and I am not spending all day in this here kitchen. I have no idea where my timer is at, but I suppose this Facebook timer might give me an idea. But guys, results. If you want results, you find a way. You block it off in your calendar. Like, okay, on whatever day we talked about that has flexibility in your life, maybe it is Thursday for you. Maybe it's Fridays off. Okay, great. Here's what you're going to do. Let's pretend it's Friday morning. You have the day off, but oh, wait, you have plans at night. All right, well, how can we set ourselves up for success? Let's get up in the morning. I know it's your day off, but let's get up at 7:30. Let's hit up the 8:30 class. After the 8:30 class, let's head over to Market Basket. Let's do some grocery shopping. Let's head back home. If we're back home, let's say we're back home at 10 o'clock. Let's get right into meal prepping. Let's spend, we'll set ourselves 2 hours. Okay, we said 10 o'clock. I'm going to give myself till noon to meal prep away, which is a lot of time. And as you get used to your routine, you will not need that much time, I guarantee you. So block off the time. Now it's noon o'clock. You've been to the gym. You've gone grocery shopping for the week. So now you don't have to go on Sunday with all the crazies. Okay, your meal prep is done. Now you don't have to do it on Sunday and waste the day and sit out and watch the Patriots game or whatever it is that, you know, makes you happy in life. And, like, focused time, guys. Set focused time to get your life done. Use the no, it's not supposed to be trash. That's okay. We're done. Use your crock pot. Use your air fryer. Use your Instapot. Use your oven. Use your stove. As many, like, cooking things as possible to make it efficient. I already have stuff in the stove. This is about to, I already have stuff in the oven. This is about to go on the stove. And then I'm going to move on to the air fryer, and then I'm going to move on to the crock pot. And then when I'm done that, guess what? It's going to be time to take my stuff out of the oven and circle my way back around. Guys, I'm throwing in like a quarter cup of onions in there. I'm going to throw in some corn because everybody likes a little corn in their veggie soup. They sure do. So we're going to put, oh yeah, I also barely measure. Yeah, I don't. I do. I eyeball. That looks like about half a cup. Cool. I'm going to do the same thing with carrots. That's right. Frozen veggies, they are fantastic for soups. I already put water in here too with my Lipton, so I'm not just being like a weirdo. All right, there's that. We've got all the goods in here. I'm going to show you in a second. How long does that take me? Like 47 seconds roughly? Okay, cool. This is probably going to get me like 4 servings of soup. So I know, look at, check it out. We've got soup, team. We've got soup. We've got sheet pan going on. I'm going to throw this on my stove top. Check it out. Oh my God, here's to not tipping us over. All right, put it on the stovetop, put a little cover on. It's already pre-cooked, right? So, like, really all I'm doing is heating it up to unthaw those veggies and make it better. All right. Did I use, oh yeah, I totally used my, oh, you have a pet peeve? My knife? Oh, plastic? Oh, please. You're fine. All right. Ain't nobody got time for that, Carol. Ain't nobody got time. I know those of you guys who are watching this later have no idea what I'm talking about. But my friend Carol here was just like, don't open your bags with knives. That's not good for your knives. And it turns out that I don't buy nice things, so my knives really truly suck anyways. And also, that would take like 30 seconds to go over there and get me some, what is that called? Scissors. Okay. All right, so I'm preheating my air fryer right now to 400. I'm going to adjust the time to 20 minutes. Guys, Market Basket. It has sweet potato crinkle fries. Look at that. I don't have to chop. Guys, I'm lazy. I don't like to chop. Ain't nobody got time for that. So these are already chopped for me. What I'm going to do is grab a bowl. Oh, here's my bowl. We're going to use this bowl. There we go. We're going to use this bowl right here. I'm going to throw my crinkle fries in the bowl. I got two things here. I don't know if they're all going to fit. We're going to see. I'm going to toss some olive oil up in there. I've got my roasted garlic and herb specialty over here. I'm going to shake it right on up. And then I'm going to go over here. This is Chef Meg. Oh, man. You don't even know you were getting that. And then we're tossing it here. All right. Looks like we are going to have room for the next one. Doing two, right? Because there's two of us who eat all this good food. And also, sweet potato fries are amazing. They're so good. So the air fryer, right, is the fastest way. The sweet potatoes take a stinking lifetime to cook otherwise, right? Like, so long. Ain't nobody got time for that. Air fryer is the way to go with your sweet potato fries. You're going to shake these suckers up. Also, if I was just doing, like, roasted veggies, honestly, I would also do those in the air fryer. But I've got chicken in there, so that's why I used the oven. Okay, let's try to... Guys, we've got sweet potato fries going in. How long did that take me? 37 seconds? Okay, awesome. Let's see how those come out. I'm going to check my timer. I'm going to see how long I'm in. Let's see. How far are we in here, team? 25 minutes in. 25 minutes in, I've got soup already on the stove top. I've got 2 sheet pans of chicken and veggies in there. I've got sweet potato fries in. And now we're going to work on some of these. Ooh, that is really hot because I forgot that I turned it on already. But that's okay. I didn't burn myself. Here's what we got. Oh, these are so good. These turkey meatballs. They have them at Market Basket. I know that. I believe they sometimes have them at Hannaford. Sometimes they don't. Who knows? Watch this, Carol. I'm going to do this. All right. Sorry. You know I love you. All right. We're going to dunk those guys in. Boop. There's one. Again, there's 2 of us that utilize all this meal prep. So, these are delicious. They are also pre-cooked, and they are probably a little bit higher in fat than what I typically would go for. But here's the deal. If you're mindful of your intake, or you use MyFitnessPal or something to see, what you can play with, then it's not that big of a deal. You just kind of manipulate the rest of your day around it. They're pretty low in calories. I forget what I said they were. They are 180 calories for 3 meatballs. That's pretty low. Yeah, that's good. All right. So, okay, you just saw me throw 3 things of meatballs in there. Next up, I'm throwing my noodles in there. Like this, see, not fancy. Oh, look, it's even getting over slow, but guess what? Oops, I forgot to push the start button. That makes a difference, everyone. Okay, there's that. I've got the onions out, so I might as well throw some of those babies in there. We're gonna, we have garlic right here. It's blending. I'm gonna actually cut that in half because maybe I'm gonna cut it in half. This garlic is courtesy of Millie's Garden, and I appreciate that because delightful. Got my little Mincy McMincerson right here. Boop. Okay. Okay, we've got garlic, we've got onions, we've got noodles, we've got, oh my God, my hands are red. Meatballs. And now we're throwing in this stuff right here. I love this stuff. Marinara, Rayo's marinara. I'm just gonna look at that. Okay, about probably 3/4 of a jar. We'll call it 3/4 of a jar. And I'm just gonna go like this number. Oh, there goes my air fryer, just started. I'm gonna go like this. And then I'm actually just gonna throw it back in its home of the crock pot holder situation. Like I said, the meatballs are already pre-cooked. So this is really just to kind of blend it all in and all that good stuff. I'm not adding any spices or anything to it because the meatballs are also already pre-seasoned. Here I go over here. Check this out. We're going to go for a little walk. We're going to put this in here. We're set to low. We're covered. Okay, guys. Right now, I got 2 sheet pans of chicken and veggies. I've got soup on stovetop. I've got turkey and noodles on the crock pot, and I've got sweet potato fries in the air fryer. What can we do next? Well, I think I'm actually going to have too much food. So I'm going to I was going to do ground chicken salad for lunches and stuff. But I, through this meal prep, have realized that this is a lot of food. And I'm probably not going to be able to eat it all. So what I'm going to do is put these in the freezer, and we're going to make these on Sunday when I run out of soup, right? When we'll probably still have some of the chicken and veggies and the turkey and noodles. I'll have those through the weekend, and then Sunday I will make this. But the way that I make this is just stovetop, and then I add veggies. I add celery, I add cucumbers, I add red onion, and I add Primal Kitchen mayo. Stir it all up. It's served cold. It's just a great, quick. It's either good for lunch or it's good for like a pre-workout or even a post-workout something quick that doesn't have to be heated up. It's just already done for you. So I'm going to throw these in the freezer, put these guys back. I'm going to show you a few other staples that I use, and then we're going to check in and see how we're doing. So please hold. I'm going to pop this in the freezer. We're going to throw this in here. All right. So a few other staples in my meal prep life here. Okay. We're going to go like this. I need like a stand or something fancy. Okay, so diced tomatoes, right? It is chili season, team, okay? Diced tomatoes in your chili. Go for the no salt added ones there. Black beans, same thing. I couldn't find the no salt, but I got reduced sodium. That's whatever. Artichoke hearts are good to throw in any sort of, anything, let's be honest here. Like I said, frozen veggies. I do also enjoy a Perfect Bar every morning also. It's kind of like my guilty pleasure. There are 17 grams of protein in a bar. There's also kind of a lot of sugar in them, but they are my guilty pleasure and they are delightful. So let's, I'm bringing you with me. Look, I'm going to tilt you down. We're going to check on our sheet pan business here. Ooh, we've probably got just a few minutes left, but guys, I'm not going to waste your time with this anymore. I'll take a picture at the end. I'm going to do a quick check-in here on time. Let's see. This took 31 minutes. Guys, do you have 31 minutes? Do you have 31 minutes to make all of these meals? You do. You have 31 minutes. In fact, as we know, this is going to take probably about an hour, right? But everything is going to be cooked it'll take an hour, right? To have everything prepped and cooked and put into their little portion containers. That's how long it takes. But you have an hour. You just have to be efficient with your time. You have to be mindful. You don't need to be looking at your phone. If you have recipes, instead of looking at your phone, write it down. I know that takes more time, but people are going to be texting you. People are going to be hitting you up on Facebook. You're going to get emails. You're going to get distracted. You're going to get pulled away from the things that you're doing. And that's where your time is getting soaked up. We all have this time, you do. You just have to find it. And if you need help finding it, I'm happy to help you find where you're missing opportunities to feed your results. So guys, Coach Megan, meal prep, I'll shoot take a quick picture once everything is done. I'll also add that the time on deck is 12 o'clock right now. And when I take my picture, I'll let you know what time it is. And hopefully it's before 12:30. That's the goal. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, if you want this downloaded and emailed to you, just DM me with your email address. Otherwise, Get Fit Clients, you're going to get this in your inbox in the next 24 hours. Have a great one, guys.